You know what? Maybe it's time for you to stop being so nice to yourself. We live in a weird age right now where obesity and laziness is a form of self-love, and that the solution to fixing the things that you don't like about yourself is just to accept it. Like, what? Listen, I know you on the other side of the screen right now. I know you have goals, ambitions, dreams, and aspirations. Maybe you're in a tough season right now where you feel like nothing is working out. Trust me, I've been there. I'm there right now. You know, maybe you aren't losing the weight that you thought you would. Maybe your relationships are falling apart. Maybe you keep giving in to temptations that you don't want to be giving into. Or maybe you're not as far along in life as you thought you would be right now. But listen, the solution is not to just accept it, try not to offend yourself, and move on. Maybe the solution is to stop being so nice to yourself. Little disclaimer here, I am not in any way condoning self-deprecation at all. It's not a good thing, obviously, all right? The way I look at it, self-deprecation involves degrading yourself into passivity, and there's a huge difference between that and being honest with yourself, you know? Not being so soft and easy and nice to yourself. There's a big difference, okay? I just wanted to get that out of the way, all right? I'm not condoning self-deprecation. That's not what this video is about. Okay, but you still might be thinking, how is not being so nice to yourself, how is that a good thing? All right, let me explain. You know, this movement, this culture of self-love is pretty prevalent nowadays, obviously, as you probably know. But is it really love? What does love actually involve? Love does not involve encouraging and supporting every single thing someone does, no matter what. But it does involve being honest. Maybe telling someone not what they want to hear, but what they need to hear. Why? Because you care about them and you want to see them prosper. And you see that they're doing something that isn't good for them, all right? So you be honest. That's what love is. Love is not supporting them and accepting them, seeing the road and the path that they're walking down, and seeing that they might not be doing something that is so good for themselves, and continue to support them and encourage them because you don't want to offend them or hurt their feelings. That's not what love is. So if you want to truly love yourself or become someone who you are proud of and that you like, who has exceptional character and attributes that you are content with and that you like and that you enjoy having, if you want to become that person, that kind of person, then you need to start being truly honest with yourself. I mean, maybe you should stop being so soft on yourself and giving yourself excuses and justification for things that you actually don't like doing. Because maybe the problem during your journey right now is not your metabolism. It's not your lack of time. Maybe it's not the niche that you're in or the people that you're around, but maybe it's you. Maybe the problem is you, all right? All right, there's an idea that's coined by a retired Navy SEAL named Jocko Willink, and it is called extreme ownership. Listen, I have this book. I read it. It's incredible. You know, read this book or watch some videos on it or something. But the premise of this idea is that not everything that happens to you is your fault necessarily, but everything that happens to you is your responsibility. I like to use this example of imagine you're standing at the top of a stair set. You're just standing there, I don't know, looking at your phone or something, and someone comes along and just pushes you all the way down the stairs. Just give you a push and you tumble and you fall to the bottom, all right? Now listen, you could get up, be a victim, you could, you know, cry and start yelling at them and, you know, which is obviously a natural human response, and that's fine. But the principle of extreme ownership is to look inward, to find solutions to problems that you don't like, and take extreme ownership and responsibility over every circumstance that happens to you. All right, let me explain. So you get to the bottom of the stairs, you crash out, whatever, that's fine. But now you have a choice. You could just be mad at this person, you know, unforgiving, or just forgive them and move on. Or what you could do is look inwardly. Look at areas where you need to grow. I understand that someone coming up behind you and pushing you down the stairs is not your fault. But the fact that it's your responsibility opens up an opportunity to learn from it. What if you were faster? What if you weren't looking at your phone all the time? What if you were more aware of your surroundings? What if you did something to this person that caused them to want to push you down the stairs? Maybe you need to be nicer to them. Maybe you need to apologize for something that you did. All right? Maybe if you were stronger, you would have been able to catch yourself. If you had better coordination, you wouldn't have fallen all the way down. You see where this is going? Extreme ownership opens up an opportunity to stop blaming other people for things that happen to you, even though it might not be your fault, whatever. Taking responsibility and being like, oh, maybe I could have done better. Maybe I could be better, better to a point where there could have been a different outcome in the circumstance. And if it ever happens again, it will not be the same result. Does that make sense? Because you reflect on the situation, maybe you start working out and that changes the rest of your life. Maybe you start trying to be a better person and more kind, and people want to be around you more. All right, it's taking this circumstance that maybe it's not your fault that it happened to you, but it is your responsibility how you respond to it and how you act. And what this mindset and idea does is it just opens up opportunity for growth. All right, in the same sense, even the Bible kind of talks about this. In Matthew, it says, "Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, 'Let me take the speck out of your eye,' when all the time there's a plank in your own? You hypocrite. First take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye." This verse and the idea of extreme ownership, they speak to the idea of being introspective first, looking inward, looking at the own plank in your eye, looking at your own flaws, your own character, your own habit, your own thought processes, and deciding to make an effort to do something better. Okay, so where does this all tie in with not being so nice to yourself? All right, listen, it is very easy to blame our lack of progress on external things. Like I said, people and things that you can't control. People, your metabolism. You feel like you have a lack of time. Maybe you have a crazy job, or you have a crazy degree in school, or whatever, things going on. Like, it's easy to make excuses, but what you should realize is that doesn't serve you. So there's really no point in doing that. So either you can continue to be a victim and see no progress, or you can start being brutally honest with yourself and being like, you know what? Maybe I could be more disciplined with my diet or going to the gym. Maybe I could stop spending so much time on my phone, and then that would open up time to do other things. Maybe I'm not as focused when I'm working as I should be. Maybe I haven't done certain things that would have gotten me the results, but I just didn't do it because I didn't feel like it. All right. Maybe the problem isn't anything else but you. Maybe the problem is you, but you have been too nice and too soft on yourself to truly accept that, because it's not easy. It's not easy to be honest to yourself. It's not easy to be like, you know what, Aiden, you're just lazy right now, dude. You could be getting up an hour early, but you wake up in the morning and you're tired and you make excuses and you go back to bed and you miss that hour where you could be doing more work. That is hard to say to yourself, and that is hard to accept that as the truth, even though it is. I can't be sleeping in and then blame, for example, if I'm trying to learn the guitar or something, I can't blame my lack of progress in learning how to play the guitar on my lack of time if I could be getting up an hour earlier, a half an hour earlier, 20 minutes earlier. Or I could just watch one less YouTube video a day, or spend less time on my phone. Do you see where this is going? But the problem is we're in a culture right now that says it's okay. Effort is uncomfortable, and guess what? It's you can justify your excuses, because you don't want to offend yourself. You don't want to hurt yourself. You want to love yourself and accept yourself for who you are. Yeah, but I don't like who I am. It doesn't matter. Just accept it. Then you don't have to do anything. Then you don't have to put in effort and be uncomfortable. That's what this culture's mindset is, dude. All right? Trust me, I've been in this game for a long time, and I read this book like years ago, and I've been applying it to every area of my life. Extreme ownership, this thing that these verses in Matthew appeal to, looking inwardly first, that has been something that has served me incredibly. Because in every single circumstance, it's always, what can I be doing better? There's always something. It doesn't matter, because every circumstance, everything that happens to you is your responsibility. So you have to sit here and decide whether you want to be someone who is becoming 1% better every day and progressing towards your goals, or you want to continue to be a victim and make excuses and be soft and nice to yourself. But trust me, from my own experience, being brutally honest to myself, not to the point of self-deprecation, because again, that would be me sitting here like thinking I don't want to be someone who's lazy, and I just sit here, I'm so lazy, I'm so lazy, I'm so lazy, I'm horrible, I'm never going to amount to anything, blah, 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 blah. There's no point in doing that. But listen, sitting here recognizing, oh, I've been lazy lately, I don't want to do that. You know, it's true, I have been lazy, but I don't want to be a lazy person, so I'm not going to condition my mind into believing that I'm lazy. I'm just going to recognize it and fix it. That's the difference between self-deprecation and being brutally honest to yourself. It's hard. Oh, maybe it's not my metabolism. Maybe I just need to be more disciplined. Ooh, that's hard, because saying that you haven't been disciplined to yourself, that kind of sucks. It's easier to justify. It makes you feel better. It makes you feel more loved by yourself. All right? But do you want to be but do you want to lose the weight? You know what I'm saying? like do you want to be obese or do you want to be fit? That's the difference. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. And what you need to hear is that your life truly changes drastically when you stop blaming everything on things externally and start looking internally for the problem. Everything around you can't necessarily control, but what you can control all the time is you. Is the way you think, your habits, your actions, your words. Those are things you can control. All right, so look inwardly. Do some introspection. Start being brutally honest with yourself and stop being so nice to yourself. All right, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what you think about this. I know it's kind of like a hard idea, hard topic, a little bit uncomfortable, probably pretty controversial, but whatever. I'm saying this because I care about you, and I want to see you prosper and make progress, and stop blaming everything on everyone else and everything else, and start taking some responsibility. Let me know down below if you have any ideas or videos or topics you want to see. And once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.